with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out, yeah, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world, and you know it. I thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the league, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Had my hand out, let me hang it. These no can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If Hit Boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury.
Big carbon here like Mayweather. Tula come through and blow up. Got millions out there rap. They hate her, but they stole the flow. Got back in after back end coming. I stole the show. Don't run up on that bitch. She a head case. All she do is shoot. I signed my deal up on the PJ and hopped out a parachute. I'm geeked on next week. About no more features. I might just stir at you. I'm geeked on next week. About no more features. I might embarrass you. Yeah, glow. Stomp a little with some shell toes. Yeah, glow. Slapping, rapping, making bail. Two-tone Cartier match the nails. Yeah, glow. No competition, these stale. Yeah, glow. Curving, no curving, my layers. Yeah, glow. Say they get money, but I can't tell. Yeah, glow. Keep running circles around these snail. Yeah, glow. And my bumping up in the jail. On the big glow, where you been at? Mine, everywhere I'm working hard. Maybach and G-Wagon truck. Got M&M's in my garage. Quick to crank up on you. Better not get me started. Locked in with the gangsters and players. My folks gon' keep it solid. Everything I got on new, it look like I got renovated. I'm cocky.
Once called Carolina's Stadium, it now goes by Bank of America Stadium. Or more simply, the Vault, as we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Sent to the ground by Mason Smith. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Play action. Here's Penix. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's going to be 4th and short. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Again, it's Brooks. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Man in motion, headed right. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they're not just worry about this guy catching his receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp, because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Young. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Let's go now.
To the air on 1st down. Young. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Hand off here for Brooks. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
They go to punt on 4th down, and out heads Tommy Townsend. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Ooh, some excellent English on that punt. This one makes it all the way to the 6 before the team touches down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. A toss now to Robinson. Works the sideline to the 30. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on a play right at the gut. Come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, well, certainly more exciting for all of us to watch too.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the shotgun, Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Man in motion here. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. He has the first over the middle. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Koo with the extra point. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Young working from the gun. Defenders there. It's intercepted. Jordan Battle with the INT. And the Falcons are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, one of the beauties of the game of football is it never sits still. It's constantly adapting. And that nickel defense right there, critical in taking the ball away. And when you think about nickel defense, you think about Rondé Barber, won the Hall of Fame in the summer of 2023, really revolutionizing the position of the nickelback. That nickel defender and that nickel defense, critical in that takeaway we just saw.
Penix now on first down. He lets one fly deep downfield. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice. Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays. Because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Here's Young on first and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And now they face second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, a give to Brooks. And he'll get it up to the 27. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
He brings the offense up now for a first and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Young on first and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
All right, here we go. Second down. Running back sent in motion left. Another try following the sack. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
On third down, it's Young. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up fourth down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. He got to secure the pick before anything else.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Falcons will take over. They're set up at the 35 now. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Oh, it's in the back of the head,
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Penix here from the gun. Throw left side, complete. Gets it to the 15. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
When you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Cool, all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Calvin Austin on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And he gains ground to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here we go, set. Go.
From the 33 on 2nd down. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity in any success for an offense.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 4th and long. So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. They're going to take over possession.
Call fair catch on that one. What if my man would have got hurt?
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. Jukes one defender, and he's going to be brought down at the 42. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 42. All in left side. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They get 6 and a first down as well. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 48. Launches one deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons stretch their lead to 21. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. On the return, here comes Austin. Return's looking good so far. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it. Ball at the 33 for first down. Now it's Young. Has a man. It's Brooks. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And he's tackled with a first down yardage. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, first and 10.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Young. He'll get this one to Brooks. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, set now, first and 10. Young to throw it. Completed to his running back. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Returnable from the 2. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Starting from the 5. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
To the air on 1st down. Young. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
That's why I did it. That's why I did it, my boy.
Much better than
That's why I did it for you.
Covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go, 79 Bronco.
Receiver in motion, headed right. Young to throw here on 3rd. And there's a man there. It's intercepted.
Okay, right
The
there.
Falcons take over on his 5th interception of the season. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Play action. Here's Penix. Pitts brings it in. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's just great instincts. They'll wear it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Running left is Robinson. He breaks a tackle. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Penix working from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. All the way, and that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons push their lead further to start the half. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
Come on, bro. What you doing?
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running once more with Brooks. And he'll take this up to around the 30-yard line. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. Young working from the gun. He puts everything behind. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Falcons are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Football on that
What the
47-yard
actual
line.
fuck
1st
going
down.
on here?
Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
You thought we had goddamn beat tackle back there.
Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Here's Robinson up the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. He has room past the 25. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
The back grabs it. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the advantage now sits at 24.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon, they're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
We've got a screen to the running back. They deliver a shot before he can get to the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, here comes Brooks. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Yes.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell, sell, sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag. That's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and forever coming up. They're going for it. Young throwing all the way to the end zone here. Intercepted in the end zone.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. Up, and they created the takeaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Second down now, 7 to go. They give it to him again. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Ooh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They've got a man in motion. Young up 1st and 10. Completed to Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He's on the move. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Second and 3. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
And they send a man in motion. 3rd down from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign, well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Falcons nearing their 6th win this season. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back. And this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say so long from Charlotte.